Hey everyone, Renegade67 here, with part 20 of Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All Fiercely Blind, and possibly the long part conclusion thing. Hopefully. Okay, so as you know, last time I was failing like someone who fails really badly. It wasn't pleasant. After the end of the part, you know, I reset, came to the beginning of this trial day, came back here, full life. So yeah, and after I did that, I decided next part I would either A, have to look it up, or I would have to take about 5-10 minutes guessing things until I get something right, or take a while to think about it. So I decided to think about it off screen. And I came to a conclusion. I tried presenting it, and I was right, so I reset. So I know what to do. Let me explain my thinking. Crime photo is what I'm presenting. I know it works because I tried it already, and the music stopped. I didn't go anywhere past that. I just, as soon as I heard the music stop, reset my wheel. But here's the thing. I was really confused because I thought I had like done everything that kind of made sense. But I looked at the crime photo, and I noticed that line there. That line, what the hell is that? I mean, is that supposed to be on the ground? Is that supposed to be part of the snow? Depth perception is a bitch, but I think that's some kind of rope or something. So, that's what was going through my head. I didn't want to sound like a complete idiot starting the part, and in case I presented it wrong, I would have had to look through a bunch of other shit. But I was right, so yeah, let's... Objection. Acro. You didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? Oh god, was this guy's voice again? I don't even remember what I made him sound like. Italianish? I think that I remember thinking to myself he was kind of Italian. Kind of, like, gangster Italian. No, I mean, stereotype, of course, but... God damn it. What are you driving at me? No, fuck, what was my voice? I don't remember my voice! God, what are you driving at, Mr. Wright? I think it's something like that. You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What, because you're too stupid to figure it out? No offense, but, I mean, I can understand it. The depth perception in that photo is dumb, but, yeah. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Oh, it's kind of funny things. This is just hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the... Ah. Really? Haha! I knew it! I knew that! I knew that. What? Same when back to the victim was found hunched over? The same? What? 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 Who? Oh! He said the meeting spot was there, but he didn't give a certain specific area, so maybe he put the box there to specify? So the rope thing... What? Which means... this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Ooh, so there's a bit of a lever thing. Okay. Which means the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean Uncard will happen. You mean, no, won't believe you, no. If the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. How could you say something? Words. I can't say words. I can't say words. Words elude me. Really? No. It's not possible. Foolishly foolish fools. Don't believe you. Well, too bad. Order, order, order. This is unbelievable. Yet it's true. Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going. One way to go from here. Forward. The next question I have is who placed the wooden box at the scene? Mr. Dingley, of course. Penis jokes. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ah! Foolish fool! Lift you some more! Yes! Ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. Yeah! That's why the box is so specially made. Specially made? Foolish fool! How could you think that? Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. It had the most peculiar feature? Size of the box, the weight of the box, the contents of the box. What? Contents? You recall what was inside the wooden box? There was only a small bottle of pepper, wasn't there? Get on with it. Now, fool. Well? What's the matter? Can't cut your tongue? Well, I didn't think any of the other stuff was important. Is it? The victim was hunched over this. That's weight, right? Okay, I guess weight's important. But these never take penalties anyways. And before penalty. Yay, no penalties, yeah. Wait. Watch me the size. The box had a remarkable weight. Weight? According to the court record, it weighed 20 pounds. Just to lift up the wooden box would have required. Oh, I see. One would have had to squat down then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. It's also very large, so the size would work too. Great. The only thing the one thing I tried is probably the one thing that didn't work. Box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down, which means no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool! Foolish fool! Possible. Does she even bother to listen to me anymore? Wait. You mean she or he? You mean he? You mean he? Phoenix, slip of the programmer, seriously. I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you drop it? Did you drop the bust under the ringmaster? What are you talking about? Even if I'd wanted to do such a thing, I couldn't. What? You already said you could. Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of this bust? Of course I remember. It was on the top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house. You're kidding. You're kidding. This is so obvious. Money. How can you... Really? I understand what you mean, but if you think this is Some kind of clever thing. No, game. I've already shown you. I presented money, and I believe the evidence I presented was the bust. I'm 10, 20 steps ahead of you. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room with your damn monkey, which is apparently a weapon and not an accomplice? Well, it's in the evidence files, so... You see, Mr. Phoenix, right? Explain that. Easily. I said there was an accomplice, and it's the exact person that I pointed out that I meant. Ah! But no, the monkey is a piece of evidence. I'll give you this. This logic right here is a little annoying. As far as related to other cases, I like this one. I definitely do. I don't think it's a bad case. But, you know, there are just so many good case 3s, I think. I like the case 3 of the first game quite a bit, even if Edgewood sucks as a prosecutor. And case 3 of AAI is probably my favorite case 3 so far. This one's alright, though. This one, it's close to the Steel Samurai case. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bust from the cafeteria. Oh my god. This is so easy. If it's not money, I swear I'm gonna kill someone. Okay, if it's money, no shit, Sherlock. If it's not money, what the fuck? If it's money, I swear. If it's not money, I'll probably actually swear. It's money? Really? That's the bait? How does anyone not get that? What? This is like the most obvious thing in the obvious. Okay, I've calmed down now, but obvious! Oh my god! For instance, he stole the ventriloquist ring. So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room? But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny, but it had shiny money. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record and look at the photos. My, there's some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny. No! It's not true. It's not possible. Search the court record. You know it to be true. Money is a strong monkey, right? You even said so earlier that he lifted it. Be easy for him to bring the bust back to your room. You even already said in your testimony when I pressed you that Money's already lifted it. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. There we go, that's the voice, because that's not the voice, but it's the new voice, because last part's gonna have a different voice. I'm sorry, okay, whatever. Miss Von Karma, where's the bust in question at the moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a strange turn of events. If that monkey did not steal the bust, then what happens to this case? Well, now then, something else must have been used as the murder weapon. Well, maybe this bust was the murder weapon, but it was used by accident. Used by accident? How does one use a murder weapon, at least in this case, by accident? I mean, I know that saxophone looked pretty deadly, but I'm pretty sure it's this. And, okay, I'm sorry, but what accident? What do you mean? Well, yeah. He used the one that looks like Max, but if he didn't plan that out, then what was he gonna use? Just something heavy? Something random heavy? That would have gotten you in more trouble. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. With Money's help, of course, because he had an accomplice. Moron! Who's a moron? You's a moron? Me's a moron? Judge is a moron? Well, I'll agree with the last one. Mr. Wright's argument was so circular. Circular? I'm still a bit dizzy, however. His argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Oh! Francisco would like to say so. Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud of an attorney. Words. I can't speak to me today. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Decisive evidence. Decisive evidence. Oh. Well, duh, because they used the freaking statue. It makes him look like him. Wait. Wait a second. Okay, I'm putting the Wemo down on this one. Wait. How did he get the cloak on? The hat could have just been his hat. But the hat could have just been the hat, but how about the cloak? Okay, either Mo's eyes were playing tricks on him, or I'm at a loss, actually. He used the rope to pull up the cloak off of and place it on. Huh, that's a good question. Haha! My prediction skills are not really working for me right now. Ah! There's no Judge. There's no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. None at all. 9. You're a foolish fool. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you down. I don't know. She looks pretty. Anyways, this is my chance to turn this trial around. Gyakachev! God, that movie. I want to see it. The murder occurred. There were 2 people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Barry, and the other was the murderer himself. The foolish fool. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The clown saw the murderer. Who was it then? Are you serious? This is another one of those I don't get it, or this is way too obvious. If this is what I think it is, really? No shit, Sherlock. Take that. That evidence has nothing to do with the question? Au contraire, mon frere. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. So that really was it? What's with the obvious ass questions? Seriously. I mean, you had that one with the bus thing, and that was stumperific. I was stuck on that for a while. I mean, I had to figure it out off screen. That did take me a good few minutes to think of. But then you just start shooting the easiest questions at me that I had figured out like an eternity ago. Are you... Why? It wasn't a human being he saw. This is so obvious. Oh my god damn. How did you not get this? I swear to God. I thought this as soon as I saw the bus. It was so obvious. Okay, Mo actually saw the night was next to the bus. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? Yes, quite a bit. I predicted a bunch on the first day, and I was mostly right. The only thing I've been kind of wrong about is, I still don't get really, is how the cloak ended up on the bus. But, meh. The silhouette he saw just happened to be wearing a cloak? That's the one thing I don't get yet. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bus. True, he could have just grabbed a random cloak. Or a cloak like that could easily get snagged on the bus if they came into contact. Ooh, that's true. He could have just got the Russell's cloak. In their right mind would put a cloak on a bust. Someone who wanted to make it look like Max was the killer, duh. Doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance to this case, don't you agree? Oh, he caught me. Let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? Who put the cloak on the bust? Who done it? I got two answers for this. It was either Russell or Acro. Acro because, I mean, he could have put it on the bust. But we don't know where Russell's cloak went. Might have just got snagged on the way back. I'll try Russell, then I'll try Acro. Because if Acro was using it randomly, then it wouldn't have had a cloak. Fool! Him? You're saying it was the victim himself? Russell Berry? That's what I'm saying. I mean, the victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? But that's foolish! You foolish fool! Isn't really the right way of putting it. What would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself, you imbecile! Nick, do you really have a handle on all this? I'm pretty sure I do. Pretty damn sure I do. Pretty sure I flew, but do. What? I'm fine, Maya. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Phoenix, you're not a painter. If anything, you're a poker cheater. Or a musicianist. A terrible musicianist, but a musicianist. Is that a word, musicianist? Am I using that right? Am I even using that? Am I supposed to use it? Anyways. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Let's use K's device, truth device, yeah. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust, and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trilo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. The very instant that the bust hit the victim. I see. You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. It's conceivable. Inconceivable. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. Karma. The circus isn't over yet. Eh? With the shock of impact, it threw up the cloak and it got snagged onto the bust. That's when the sound was heard by a witness and he took a look out of his window. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged under the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Earlier because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. And that is how the magical murderer disappeared into the sky came to be. I knew it was the murder weapon, and I knew... God! I knew it came from above. Oh my god, like, case 1, day 1 investigation, I was predicting this stuff. The whole thing with the box pulling the lever, I didn't think of that. But, well, you don't think of everything. No one's perfect! Drums! Yay! Now you know how the murder actually took place. And now you know who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the scene. Acro, it could only have been you. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. So, what now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. A foolish tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Goddamn circumstantial grrrr. Evidence? The hell's evidence? Never heard of it. In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. It's always tough depending on who the prosecutor is. Trials and tribulations, the power of evidence and the power of go nuts coffee. And the first one is the power of Von Karma's snap. Manfred's, Organs stare. Or is clapping and talking about swimming. Okay. Prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. Oh god, evidence, not that. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay then, use that and get us out of the jam. What? It's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. What? I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. What? 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 The hell does that mean? Hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. What? It's not the badge, it's not the Magatama, it's, dare I say the crime scene photo? Because it's got the rope? Whatever. It's not the silk hat. Not the ringmaster's papers. The flowers! Wrong side. That could be it. It's either the flowers or the crime scene photo as far as I'm concerned so far. No. Bunny the monkey. Leon. Russell's autopsy report. Wooden box. Wooden box. I think it's either the roses or... I think it's either the roses or the crime photo, but the roses stick out more to me. So the problem is Max's 3 symbols. Yeah, baby! Yes! You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. These symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings, and we heard them so many times. I think even Phoenix has memorized them by now. Even as slow as he is. No offense! Actually, yes, offense. I think you're a bit of a douchebag. Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Moe's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. You fool! Do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Moe said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw flying the scene was wearing a silk hat, fleeing the scene. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Moe saw was actually the bust. Oh yeah, the bus. When something smells, it's usually the bust. Oh, look at what I did there, pun. Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then you did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Objection!
Fine, you've got one. But what about the other contradiction? Other contradiction? God, Judge, you're slow. Remember what the ventriloquist said in court? Do you, you foolish fool? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match at all, you fool. The clown said there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Yeah, the whole reason I presented it, because of the white roses. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bus. If the cloak snagged onto the bus, what happened to the white roses? Inside out, baby. Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged into the front of the bus, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bus. Objection! Which explains why Mo didn't see it. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. On Larry's bust? I'm hilarious. Order! Orders. I've used that joke. How many times now? God, this part is dragging, but I want to make it the long-ass... No, we're not even on part 2. Whatever, I'm going. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this route for a while and see where it leads. Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. And he's confident too. God damn it. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What the hell is his voice? This is gonna kill me. I want to go back and look at the video and maybe like, oh, no shit, why didn't I use that? Mr. Wright, do you mind? It's something like that, I think. Close-ish. What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. The witness feels an incredible depth of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Well, yeah. But I doubt he likes Max. And I know even more he doesn't like Regina. Maybe he's trying to shock some reality into Regina. Oh, maybe he wanted to kill Max because Max is close to... No. Ben was pretty close to Regina. I don't know. And with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. What? Foolish fool! Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. None. 9. 9 reasons, really. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Echo's story. Testimony? There was a relationship with the ringmaster in his life up until now. What do we do? I don't know. There's no doubting that Echo deeply respected the ringmaster. But he thought it was Max, or maybe he didn't even see. Maybe he thought it was Regina. Echo's motive. Seems that the case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. Let's take a break. I'll listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. Oh, recess. I hate recess. Very well. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. 10 minutes? Oh, great. It's gonna eat up my recording time. I'm not stopping, man. I'm not. Don't stop the train. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's do this like monster fast style. You gotta don't got this done 70 parts. I don't know how. Like I know I did 2 really bad parts. So let's even just cut this down to let's say right now this is part -2 would be 18. I'd still be on part 18, and this has already been quite a long part. My parts are always kind of long, and his parts seem like, at least a lot of the time, they're less than 20 minutes. So it's like, how? I don't know. But whatever, I'm doing this. 18 parts, or 20, whatever. It's pretty shocking, isn't it? Shocking news! Breaking news! Why do they call it breaking? Definitely is. And to think he was always the most straightforward to the group. Ooh. Jeebus. Unbelievable. Ecker tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? Psst, psst, cough. My. He's just a little twerp, isn't he? Well, that's one way to put it. Hey, pal! Oh, what? Gumshoe. Yeah, ignore me after I went to all the trouble to bring you some evidence? Yeah, because you're going to be useful. What? It's probably something that would have been useful earlier that it's useless to us now, but we're going to think of some clever way to use it. Congratulations! What? Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways, pal. Not gonna lie, I agree with you. He does seem like more of, overall, a worse person than, Acro, but when you try to commit murder, it's just, you go up so many notches, and trying to pin it on someone else, who, yes, they're a prick, but they're not evil, that's not right. Now, detective, I'm sorry, now, why don't you relax a little? Fine, pal. I got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, detective? Well, if you would. Oh, I love this game. How about that evidence you mentioned? What is it? Here you go. The scar? Where was this found? The result of our investigation? Your investigation, so why doesn't Franziska have that? Yeah. All a secret? Huh? Details are on a need-to-know basis and we're not really allies or anything? According to our Edgeworth! There, I said it. That's my prediction. I don't think I need to say anything more than the one name, but I think that's it. I think, oh my god, Edgeworth is smart enough to play people like their chess pieces. Oh, AI too. I haven't played it yet, but I do know about the chess gimmick. But, which does fit with Edgeworth quite nicely. You know, he likes to play with people like their chess pieces sometimes, in order to get to the truth. I guess he's been playing with me, he's been playing with Franziska. So he probably got the investigation going. I'm guessing. I mean, who else would Gumshoe be the bitch for? I can't think of anyone. Yeah. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were put in place. Franziska would do anything to win. If she did the investigation before Edgeworth and Gumshoe got to it, then she might hide the important stuff, and the truth would be lost, as Edgeworth puts it. Taking things in his own time. Ah, Edgeworth is awesome. If this is Edgeworth's doing, which I think it is. It seems like it. The prosecutor. Judgment comes at the very last instant. That's Edgeworth, alright. That's it for me too, pal. I'm going home. What do you mean by that? The very last instant? I think that is definitely something Edgeworth would say. God, Edgeworth. He's not even in this game yet, and he's awesome. Everything he said seemed very cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. What the fuck is it? Ah, don't scare me like that. Looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. Eh? For me? Does it have milk? It's me. That's amazing. That's amazing. So hurry up and drink it before it spoils. An entire diary's worth of milk for me? Dairies? Dairies. Entire dairies. What does that mean? What's a dairy? I know dairy's like a milk dairy product, but what's a dairy? How do you use dairy as in what's a dairy? I know dairy's a... Anyways. Yeah, oh my god, this part has been going on a while and we're only at part 2. Okay, I know these parts are long, but ooh, if this next part is just as long as how long the first part of the trial was, only where I left off, then this is going to be a long part. Might split it in two if it gets to be too long. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime. Bat scarf, stained with his blood in a small... I swear to God, my prediction is in this case. Oh, I said this! I said this! I'm pointing at the screen, that's useless. I said this! That's useful. Oh my god. Anyways. Oh boy. I'm on the ball. I think. I hope. Mr. Dingling. Yes, Your Honor. Proceed with your testimony. You okay? Okay. Oh, Phoenix, you're kind of a dick, but you're kind of funny too. About the ringmaster. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. When we were little, no. Damn it, the voice again. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. Until he died, and then there was bad. Such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro could kill the man he held in such esteem. Absolutely right. Would anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? Can I hear that testimony again? Let me think about this. I'm thinking about that testimony. I don't see anything, and I don't think it... No need. There's no need to cross-examine the witness. Well, what's that? Why was the ringmaster murdered? There's no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I know the answer already. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. What was Acro's motive for killing the ringmaster? How about it? Can you explain that to me? What does it say? Of course I can. I can't provide one. McNick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's not what I meant. Ah! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. You forget? You made an accusation against the witness, did you not? Well, yeah, he murdered him, it turned out like that, but he didn't plan on murdering the ringmaster. I believe it was, this is the real killer of Russell Berry, ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes. That sounds about right. The end of things? Acro. You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you just say? I'm saying the target of this witness's murder plot was not the ringmaster. It was either Max or Regina. I'm guessing Regina. They did not plan to kill Russell Berry. What? Order, order! I wonder what kind of things I would have gotten if I pressed those statements. I probably would have gotten half bar health off, and I would have been like, damn it! Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face. Like, oh, that's amazing. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to... Oh, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Yes, I love this game. This is probably overall my favorite Ace Attorney game. But, you know, I do really like AI, but this is definitely giving it the runabout. As the guy from AI would say, the runabout. Are you attempting to imply that Acro is China? Yes! Yes, I was. Wait a second. That's vague. Attempting to imply that everyone's trying to kill someone. No. Okay, either I have to show Max's symbols, or the note, or the... Maybe the note, I don't know. Check the note. I haven't forgotten what happened 6 months ago, have you? I've been meet at 10 PM tonight at the lodging house. I don't know if this is jumping the gun or not. Regina is definitely jumping the gun, I think. Maybe. Go for it! Regina Perry? This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Objection!
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question. That's true, but, you know, I'm right.
Objection!
You could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all you have to do is say, you're wrong, that's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? No, Mr. Wright, allow me to... Ow! The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. Wow. Huh? That goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now! I want you to know why Acro wants to kill Regina Perry. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. There's evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl. Not why, but just proves he was? Okay. That'd be the note. Acro, do you have any recollection of seeing this? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled To the Murder. By the way, that ringmaster must have, like, Superman versions of his tailcoat, like a bunch. Because, seriously, how, if he had it in his tailcoat, I guess he just didn't take it to the scene of the crime. Otherwise they would have obviously found it, but they changed tailcoats, and did he get a stain on one of his tailcoats? I don't know. Maybe he just didn't want to take it to the scene of the crime. I don't know. He might not have thought there was a crime, but, you know, he was the victim. You're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? There's just one little problem. Problem? Acro did indeed place the note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean, it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person the note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Oh, shit just got real. And realer. Order, 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 Mr. Wright. This little theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board like a dunce. That's when her father, the ringmaster, read the note? That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina. That's incredible! Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today? Lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. Got it! Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza. And that's when he let the bust fly. Hey Nick, isn't Regina listening to all this from the audience? She needs to hear this. It's true, Mo was right. Her innocence needs to be broken, and she put the stupid note up, she got Russell killed, she put the pepper-stained cloth around what's-his-face's neck, she gave it to him. Maybe she didn't put it around his neck, but she gave it to him, as a joke, but then, that's fine. But when he went to volunteer to go into the lion's mouth, she didn't even think about the repercussions. She needs to know this. She needs to hear this. She needs to lose her innocence. Now. Hope Regina can handle it. The whole point is she shouldn't handle it. She should go crazy from this, and then calm down, but be a better person. Tomfoolery! That's so foolish. You've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Oh, tomfoolery. I don't think I've heard that one yet. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Uh-huh. That's the line in the note, alright. Well, then if the note was sent to Regina Barry, it must mean that this note is declaring Regina Barry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza. In place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright! That's a bit of an excuse for not giving the real reason, but I think I know it. So, yeah. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago? I know all about it. The incident occurred 6 months ago. Now I am more than ready to show the court what happened at that time. Moron! Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has had its start in what happened 6 months ago. Everything. Yep. And you gotta make it sound dramatic, so you know. I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is gonna think I'm bluffing. Conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually conclusive evidence. The scarf? Or should I present the lion? Or should I show a bat? Conclusive evidence. What am I supposed to present here? I don't think I'm supposed to go with the scarf yet. Am I? Let me read this carefully, the wording. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. I'm jumping the gun. I thought I'd be jumping the gun, but it just seemed right. It'd be funny if he actually came off the stage of that, and then I got a permanent game over. Whatever. It's either Leon or Pat. Yeah, That's like super conclusive. It's just big climax of the case, which yeah, Yeah, I know what the thing is. I was jumping the gun. I mean, that's what I assume the conclusive. I think that still is the conclusive evidence he was referring to, but I just can't prove it yet because of because Phoenix is too stupid and everyone else is too stupid to get that far yet. I guess it has to be Leon. What? 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 Then what is it? I have one more try at this before reset? About the incident 6 months ago is actually the pepper? Achoo? Achoo? What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Oh, I was right. I'm not gonna bother resetting until I, like, have to because I'm near the end of the case, I'm pretty damn sure. It isn't a joke at all. It's a decisive evidence you asked for. Well, to me, I'm sorry. The cloth, I think, is the decisive evidence, because that's the real decisive evidence. The pepper is something, but, I don't know, I think jumping the gun, in that case, makes the most sense. But, whatever. Again, in this case, its logic seems a little messed up, but overall, I like it. The victim would arrive and try to take away the written books. That's when they discovered the decisive evidence found inside. Okay, another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? What am I saying? What do I say? Phoenix Wright never says anything. Jerry killed somebody with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. That's stupid, Phoenix. Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix, right? Then that's it. Oh, I wonder how much they'd actually take off. Oh, how much do they actually take off from that? I want to look that up, actually. Is that a full health bar, or do they take off half? Who's Regina Berry's... Who is Regina Berry's intended victim? Why do they always take off so much for the most obvious questions? Who is this? That is Acker's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acker could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him. Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? It's actually kind of fun, you should try it. Let's look into Acker's brother. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. A lion? Rawr, I'm a lion. Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. Doesn't matter if it's not in her. She did it anyways, sort of, not really, but, you know, kind of, inadvertently. So then what happened to Acker's brother? Not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. An accident that was only caused because Regina is such an idiot. Let's be honest, it's true. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? That's a hard question to answer. It was just an accident, but it was only caused because of Regina's idiocy. More than that. The lion biting Bat was no accident at all. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Amateur! There is no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat. Making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat. Right? Acro's brother, Bat. That's just a scarf that I presented so much earlier that could have skipped all of this, you clueless fools, as Francisco would say. Acro, this scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina? There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. What might that be? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper. Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident. And she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. But out of curiosity, what was your crime? Gina gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? Still seems like the judge just doesn't get it. And Francisca gets it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling! The lion was smiling, and Francisca gets it indeed. But before Bat was bit by the lion, for a moment, the lion's mouth changed, and it looked like he was smiling. That is indeed true. Are you admitting defeat, Francisca? That's different. Although, maybe even you have a conscience. Maybe Phoenix is rubbing off on you, just like Phoenix rubbed off on Edgeworth. Maybe you realize that perfection isn't always all that matters. Well, no, it's a liar. You'll always think perfection is always all that matters. Maybe, if you can't perfectly get a victim declared guilty because of some problem, then there's probably no point to doing it because you're probably wrong. Lions sneeze. Whoa. Leon didn't plan on biting Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper spread on the scarf. Because of that, he was killed by Russell. Damn it, I feel sad for that lion. I feel sad for Russell, too, because he was supposed to be such a great guy, and he was killed. But, you know, to be fair, it's kind of his own ironic fault, because he is the one who made Regina stay so innocent. And with Bat, he was the one who wanted to, you know, stick his head into the thing. But Leon did nothing wrong. I just feel sorry for animals quite a bit. You fool! That's the response to everything. You fool. You've got to be kidding me!
Objection!
Ellipses! What's the matter, Miss Von Karma? Are you gonna help me even more? You haven't really been helping me, you've just been saying what I could have said. Taking my credit. I object. For objection's sake. Oh, taking a note out of Edgeworth's book. You, this theory, you believe it? You have planned to say this joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do. It's the truth. This lion's sting is due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot! Which one are you talking to? So it's a joke of an accident to you, huh? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. You think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. You telling me that what I said was true? Acro! You can't mean, witness! Confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright. Unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? Final stance? Is that it? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem it's always been. Evidence. Oh god, what do you want me to present this time? Let me guess, the final thing in the thing? If I dropped Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where's the evidence that proves that claim? What? What do you mean? Gumshoe? Did Edgeworth give you something? Exclusive evidence? Biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof to be more precise. Regina took it out with trash? Gumshoe found in his investigation? One or the other, please? Murder weapon. The bust that the defense claims is used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. No, shoot. Well, I guess Regina could have taken out either that or Edgeworth's investigation. I'm guessing it's Edgeworth. Still don't know for sure. Nick, you've got to do something. The last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. Request to search Acro's room. Don't we already know about Acro's room? This is a okay. I legitimately have to think about this. I already know that Acro's room's been searched. They've searched top to bottom in that room. But seeing how things work out first is just a way of saying I lose. Okay, the part's not over, but I am going to end the recording. Okay, and back. Either see how things work out first or request to search Acro's room. Let's try the request first. The defense requests to search the room of the witness, Kindling. What is it now? It looks like you still haven't figured things out, have you? By now you must know the meaning of von Karma total justice. You mean? Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. Really now. Edgeworth got there first though. So ha. I think. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. I thought so, but at the same time, waiting to see, every time that's ever come up, you never want to click that. So, I don't know. Plus, this seemed like the quicker option to getting wrong if it was wrong. The other one I thought might be drawn out more. I'm still pretty sure this is wrong, but just in case it's right, I'm going to let it go a little longer. So let's see here. Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise. And we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. It looks like the coup de grace in this case was ever so sweet. But, what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the important evidence here is about the death of the ringmaster. I think you should remember that. Ah! Do something here. Don't let this case slip away. If it slips away, I reset. Where's the bust right now? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where the bust is. I'm sure you do. It's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? Either someone's gonna save me or I have to reset. Let's see. Seems as if this case is coming to a close. These counter-arguments look to have fallen short. Why, thank you. Thank you for your support, Your Honor. Gah! This seems like one of those someone save me kind of things. You'll please excuse me, Mr. Wright. If no one saves me, obviously I'll reset, but I'm gonna have to see the... Well, even if I see the guilty verdict, I want to be a little more sure than that. I think that brings us to the end of the cross-examination of the witness. Hold it! Yes! So I chose the right path? Even though I knew about the search thing, and I still... Oh well, let's just see before I open my mouth. Defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. Huh? What? We need time to do what? Oh! Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Phoenix is a complete dunce sometimes. Maya can be quite smart sometimes. Especially in crucial moments like this, when Phoenix just gets all idiot mode. When Phoenix, has no clue, he doesn't try to think outside the box. Maya at least gets that from her sister. She tries to think outside the box. Sure, the obvious things she doesn't get right away, but the clever things, at least, she tries to think through them. And since the obvious things, she really never has a chance to figure out for herself because everyone else is so smart. But the clever things, other people don't think figure out, so she'll get to them. Anyways, that's one way to look at it. Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? Well, he's talking to me. This is up to you, Nick. Good luck. I guess you didn't figure it out. Never mind. I present something. Yay! Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well. The defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. I was never a good swimmer, this doesn't bode well. The murder weapon. Where is Max's bust now? Somewhere in the lodging house. Somewhere in the lodging house. Somewhere in the big top. Somewhere in this courtroom. This courtroom sounds the most epic, but let me think that through before I say that. Somewhere in the lodging house. Okay. If Edgeworth's investigation was the thing, then it would be in this courtroom because Gumshoe would have it, but then he probably would have given it to us instead of holding on to it. Although, unless that wasn't part of Edgeworth's plan, I don't know. However, I'm gonna go by what Maya said, because I'm gonna take her advice to heart. She said acrobats like to be daring. He had no time to hide the bust. I'm going to assume it was a surprise investigation according to Franziska. So I'd say he took it into the courtroom with him, possibly? If it's somewhere in the big top, that's so vague. Somewhere in the lodging house, I doubt. Let's go epic. Let's say courthouse. It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom. It's obvious? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all. the judge's bench, the prosecutor's bench, because she's hiding it. What is his chair? Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you're a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. Whew. Ha 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 ha. No wonder you've been laughing the whole time. You have the murder weapon on you. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you could laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We know that you couldn't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she'd found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it, in the only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Could you please remove the blanket from the wheelchair? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You lost again! Sorry! You fool! How could you? You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Miles Edgeworth. He was the one who ordered this. Miss Franziska von Karma. Ooh. Ah! How did she help? What? Just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? I think it was Edgeworth. I think the master team was Edgeworth and Phoenix, not Franziska. No offense to her. She's a great prosecutor. But she's no Edgeworth. There were two pieces of decisive evidence. The cloak and the bust. Where the hell's the cloak? Is it under there too? I burned the cloak. Oh. Ashes away with the trash. Gina always took my trash out every morning, you know. Yep, I know that. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? Okay, what was I doing? Yeah, I just got the hugest interruption. I swear, these conclusions, every time I do them, I mean, you'd think it's because, oh, well, you're recording a big thing at once, right? Well, no, because I constantly record 3 or 4 parts at a time, which are easily more than the conclusions length, and I don't get interrupted. And I do this, and then fuck, let's just get this over with. It was Edgeworth's, not hers. You got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It was Edgeworth. All makes sense now. Yeah. Act like you know what you're doing. Yeah. Teamwork, my ass. No, she would never purposely prosecute a case that she planned on. not winning. That's not her at all. Like, Edgeworth might do something like that, but not Franziska. Definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I mean, she's a prosecutor. She has no soul. I can't believe it. I failed. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. Doesn't matter now, though. Seems as if we've arrived at the truth. Acro. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the very big circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. I'm sorry. I can't feel that sorry for him. Especially because I just got interrupted for a while and I'm pissed off. But okay, let's be happy. All my brother did was want Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. Yeah, he's sad. Leon's more sadder. But you're kind of meh. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. He started sneezing so hard, he couldn't help himself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. That's why she covered the scarf in pepper. I know she didn't want anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? Guilty of never, ever being able to understand her. Brother became a star. Regina believed in that so purely. That she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently! I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. What do you mean by that? So are you saying that you are a victim in all this as well? I would not consider him a victim. It's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. Those tears just look so fake. His life does suck. I'll give him that. But just like in the book Othello, that does not give him... that doesn't justify the ends. I mean, to him, he was never lied to or anything. He did the deceiving in this case. But... I'm sorry. No. I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. Apologize 100 more times. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Still waiting for your brother to open your eyes. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. Meh. I'm an idiot! Can't believe it. You beat me again! Can't believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. I believe this case. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Get it over with. This part's going on way too long, even for me. This court's adjourned. God damn it. The edits I'm going to have to make in this hour-long part, hour and a half, I'd say, long part, are just atrocious. I mean, I have to edit out little bits here and there for starters, and then, like in this part, I have a decent chunk to edit. Well, only one big chunk, but it's only one chunk, but it's a fairly big chunk, and it's just so annoying. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fitting way to end this case, being a little cranky. I think it makes sense. I know you're supposed to be happy about beating a case, but I had this figured out a while ago, really. Really, the last hard thing was, the thing I solved at the beginning of the part. Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person side, huh? No one in this case was bad. No one. Everyone was kind of a good person. They were just either too innocent, or innocence had corrupted them. Someone else's innocence had corrupted them, but innocence had corrupted them nonetheless. That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Ooh, not at all. Congratulations, Mr. Congratulations, Mr. Max. Congratulations, boys and girls. Congratulations, Max. Thank you. Go all bumpkin, come on, do it. Come Bob Jones, Bob Johns, whatever. What's with the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? I'm sorry, I can't be sorry for her. I just can't. She's been like this for a while now. Yeah. No offense, but it is. It kinda is, both times. Both Bat and Russell. So, even if it was an accident, and this is good for you, you shouldn't kill yourself or anything, you don't deserve to go to jail, but you deserve to have this cry. Feel the guilt. Bat and Acro, you're never coming back! Acro's not dead. No. Regina. Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want? What did he say? Just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? I don't think so. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. You sure? You really sure? I can't believe that. Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I wanted to see some evidence. What? Chris said it all the time to you. That's just... It's Bat. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. Bat? That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. He is, huh? But now that Acro's been caught... Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. Oh. Interesting revelation. So sweet of you, Regina. Sorry, Acro. Sorry, Bat. Hope with it is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max. What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? Sure, you're a prick, but we were kinda being pricks back to you. That's like bullying the bully, which there's some moral lesson about that or something. Whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay a fee and rub up the contract. I understand, such a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Yes, he was. His one fault was not showing his daughter the hardships of life. And that cost him. It really was his own fault. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it bad parenting. Negligent parenting, maybe. Which is kind of bad. I don't know. Even though he's not here anymore, everyone's sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn the circus into the best circus the world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen? Don't laugh. For once in his life, he's asking someone not to laugh. Amazing. Yay, I can't wait. I guess this changes things. Let me guess, for it to be the best circus in the world, I have to be there, right? There's only one thing the best circus in the... me. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max. Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thanks. Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to the court today? Got to work together to make the very big circus very bigger than ever. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the very big circus without Regina Berry. Max. Nick. Maya. Gumshoe. Edgeworth. Franziska. Seems like everyone's going to turn out alright here. Now, if only Phoenix should have his damn character development already. I know, next case. Can't wait to see the world's biggest circus the world has ever seen. The world's best circus. Sorry, not best. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. Take us a while to get ready, but I'm gonna order special whoopee cushion seats. You still got the clown in your mouth. And I can't help but laugh at that, honestly. You know, you kind of ruined it by laughing at it yourself, but, you know. What? Edgeworth, Miles, names backwards. Sir Edgeworth, sir. Why is he wearing blue? He's supposed to wear red. Yeah, called it. Next case. Oh, yay. Second favorite character in the series. My favorite character is Phoenix, but only a Apollo Justice version, so. Farewell, my turnabout. Sounds like a love song. I pressed something, right? Yeah. Yeah. That was a long part. You know, I felt kind of pissed after my thing got interrupted, but you know, I got better near the end, I think. Because Edgeworth, yes, next part. Anyways. There's Franziska, looking all epic. Anyways. For now, there's been Renegade 60... Oh, hide this. For now, there's been Renegade 67 with part, finale 20, whatever, with case 3 of Let's Play Phoenix Wright Eastern Registers for All Blind. Till next time, that's another phrase, and Edgeworth, yes. Case 4. Some of my friends who've played this game have told me that it's like their favorite case of the entire series. So, that'll be fun, I hope. See you then.